That's
energía.
awesome.
Como
That's
un
awesome.
espiritista canaliza energías, pues yo lo hago a través del arte. Y de hecho dibujo muchos círculos. Para mí son orbs. Orbes que no sé si saben lo que es.
Los orbs.
Son,
Explica.
no sé si han visto en las fotos de personas que les sale como estos circulitos transparentes, pues se dice que esos son espíritus que te rodean,
Okay, that's awesome.
acompañantes.
Okay.
Y pues los pongo mucho en las piezas. A veces me voy con el flow de los layers, de hacer capas.
Oh, como
entonces,
multi-orbs, una encima de la otra
sí,
o
pero los
intercalada.
orbs los hago al final porque los pongo intencionalmente. Lo que
Okay.
iba a decir es que lo que estoy haciendo últimamente es buscando figuras en las piezas. Por ejemplo, cuando empiezo a ser abstracto, no estoy pensando en una figura específica. Entonces, luego de que hay muchas formas, empiezo a ver y yo digo, a ver qué espíritu se asoma. Y se asoma una mujer. Y entonces, de momento, el otro día estaba haciendo uno que dije, siento que viene acompañado. Y salió un nenito.
Wow.
Y yo dije, pues, esta es mi manera de canalizar. Me voy en un viaje.
Wow.
Por eso digo, I'm
Yeah,
being like a medium with
that's
art.
awesome.
I'm channeling spirits through art.
Yeah, have you experienced
Un viaje loco.
dreams
Oh,
about
that's
them
like
or?
my big. I don't see things, nada de eso.
Okay.
Pero sí, lo más que experimento son sueños.
They talk.
En el mundo onírico, ahí yo creo que puedo escribir libros de mis sueños. Que tengo libretitas, pero mis sueños son
Journals there.
muchos sueños de muchas experiencias espirituales.
Nice. Y me imagino que hay mucha influencia de eso, ¿verdad?
Pues tengo unas abuelas espiritistas, de hecho tengo una bisabuela medium que era curandera, era santiguadora de Ponce, y también otra tía y abuela materna que también trabajaban eso. Pero digo que está dormido porque la generación antes, pues por la cuestión tal vez de ser perseguido, tal vez como mal visto, pues no es algo que se me enseñó en mi casa, es algo como una vena, una quisquilla que yo tengo. También el magnetismo que siento por la creencia afrocéntrica, lo de ser antillano viene por ahí.
So that's why you're friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess que por muchas otras cosas, like a lot of other things may connect each other, pero ya que hablas de eso, pues rápido pensé en your whole personality.
Okay.
¿Cómo es? Espérate. It's your turn.
Okay, what we talking about?
Man, I just I don't know, since 2021 that we were talking about when we met and all that. I've always admired your style of living. Always.
Man.
And nunca había sabido, like I've never really asked where you came from, and now I do. But yeah, like what came up with being here in Puerto Rico and living here and staying here and sharing your culture here and your personality here and, you know, sharing what you share, doing what you do, you know.
I feel like here expanding my culture, like, and I'm learning to like define my culture through clothing.
How can you define your culture?
That's a great question. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like your pieces. It's like, Because what I wanted to ask you, I think what I wanted to ask you and you is like, I think you were saying it, but I'm not sure. My Spanish is like, I'm always trying to like interpret this song called Spanish. Oh, my bad. I'm always trying to interpret this song called Spanish. So, but as I'm listening to you, I'm once again reminded of like the value of like, I don't even want to call it style, but like profile. Like, so as I'm listening to you, I have a tendency, I read this book that said there's two type of people in the world. People that look you in your eyes and people that look you in your mouth. I'm a person that looks people in the mouth.
All right.
But when people have on earrings, it makes me look at their ear.
All right.
And then when I look at their ear, it makes me listen to them closer.
That happened to me. That happened to me while I was talking to you.
And
I was looking at your earrings.
Beautiful.
That's so true. Nice.
That you one of those persons. See, exacto. I'm not. It takes an effort. So it helped me like study the face. And what I realized was like all my life I've always just studied people's style. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love style. You know what I'm saying? Like
I love
for
your
real.
earrings. It makes me want to listen.
Yeah. Because I just feel like
goddamn. That's awesome. That's information. It is.
See.
It is. That's so cool. So Afro Rico.
See.
What about?
What I do with my brand, what my
He has a
I'm
brand
doing-
though. He has like a clothing brand.
See.
Afro Rico.
I'm gonna show you a piece before this thing is done. I'm gonna show you two.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in front of the camera like real quick, but later. Yeah.
Shameless plug. So Afro Rico is just like, it's my interpretation of my lifestyle here, but it's also like building a bridge because I remember the story you told me about, like, essentially I don't want to tell your story, but how you felt attacked by these black women in Philadelphia somewhere.
Oh God.
Of course I remember
Really?
that.
Damn.
See. So anyway, I'm obsessed with this idea of black excellence. I don't know how many people outside of black America understand this idea, but it's just like I feel like every culture, every nationality has this idea of like what it means to be Boricua, what it means to be black American, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a man, what it means to be an artist, whatever. So for me, I'm understanding deeper like everybody is an artist, but the people who identify as artists have just picked a medium. So the medium that I chose was clothes, you know, and it's like it's always evolving. It's like where I want to go with my brand. It's like I don't have the words. You know what I'm
It's awesome
saying?
because you use a lot of patterns. You use a lot of
See.
African culture
See.
patterns and colors and style
See.
and like the actual style of the shirts
See.
and it's actually like, it's really high quality.
Thank you.
I've seen it, and just by seeing it, I don't even have to touch it. Like it feels high quality. I know it's high quality. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
So that's awesome. That's so awesome.
Let me say one more thing about the brand, because you said
No. You say you do you.
So what I want to do is like somebody was telling me like you have to let people know. It was it's a brother I work with. His name's Armando in Maya West. He got he keeps bees. He saves bees and he makes honey. He's a cabron, but he's my dude. So anyway, long story short, he was like
Chico
when
Armando.
See.
But mano.
I forgot the name of his
I don't
company. I won't say it right now. But he was saying like when he sells his honey, he has his honey, which is local honey, but it's expensive. Then he has other honey that's like cut with like high fructose corn syrup or whatever. And he always makes it a point to let them know like, yeah, you can get this or that. But when you get this, my stuff is local. It's from local bees. Like I had to go like attract the bees, put them in a box, like move them from the box, extract the honey from the box. Like all of this went into this honey. He was
It's
like,
a process. It's a process. Yeah.
Exactly. So he was saying like you got to let people know that, because as long as I've had my brand, I've always only used natural textiles. So I've only used cotton, silk. I'm doing things with linen right now, and and I also want to work with hemp. But like most people don't know, there's a lot of toxic textiles. So one thing you need to know, I ain't gonna go too deep on toxic textiles right now.
Like that we use daily.
Every day, man. And like, so what he hit me to, he was like, back in the day, he's like, the way that Mother Nature created us, we don't really get like cancer from the sun. That's just not. We evolve. Like we evolve. That's what happens, right? But people get skin cancer because of the textiles, because of the nylon, the rayon, the spandex, the polyester. It's petroleum based. It's petroleum based, and your skin is your biggest organ. So just know when you shop Afro Rico, it's 100% natural.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So I see you very conscious about sustainability and
Exactly.
and health and that's great. You've never like explained that way. Yeah, that's awesome.
I gotta make more content because like it's so many things I want to talk about, and then you get in these forums like this, and it's like, man, I want to tell you about. I'm gonna just throw out these words. I want to tell you about black excellence. I want to tell you about love. I want to tell you. I want to explore the idea of art. And what I want to ask y'all, I want to ask you
Yeah.
and you.
Yeah.
I think you just explained it though in Spanish. What? When did you like identify that like I'm an artist? Like identify like this is my label. I'm embracing this label.
I I felt like way like the first time I met you was doing yoga, right? Since that day when I like saw you wanting us to learn, and you prepared like this whole class for us, I already consider that as being an artist. I already consider that uh,
Todo, está todo cool.
every every
Provecho.
every person that um has the necessity to, as you said earlier, to wanting to teach something, or that's already art for me. That's I consider that art. It is art. And then I remember that Meroli, how is he called? The dude who was there, yeah. The one who was singing and rapping, and then he was like telling you to like go. You have some bars. I know you got some bars. Go kick them up. And you were like shy and trying to sing and shit, and but that was awesome. And that was the first time I said you're an artist, like way before you started the brand, way before and everything. So that was the
I
first.
wasn't asking about me, but wow.
No, you. I thought it was about you.
I was
No,
ready
when
to.
you,
Yeah, you were ready.
Yeah.
when you
When I
consider
felt.
you an artist, this is an art form. So you paint. I'm saying when did you
Oh,
say, you know
oh,
what, I am the artist. When
whoa,
did
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Well,
Already talk. Go ahead.
I think I could link it together because I was gonna answer about you, but it was gonna speak for the three
For
of us
both of
in a
you
way
guys. Okay.
because I feel like I was recently talking about this in my Instagram. Like, what does define an artist? Like, who really could call themselves an artist? And to me, it's uncomfortable to say that only the people that have studied art, or you need to have certain degree, or you need to have certain series of number of pieces, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's something that has nothing to do with that. It
It
has to
is.
do with your soul and how you speak and how you. To me, you're an artist. I don't even know your work, but you have the expression of an artist. So to me, that's my campaign. That's why I always like teach my students. I always say like no, don't let nobody, you know, whatever you become, that's part of your art. And when you learn things, it's good to have your structure,
All right.
but don't live by that. You know, you're
Okay.
all you're everything.
Yeah.
You have to be one thing. So to me, as soon as I have conversations like this, to me, we're already artists. What are you talking about? You're asking me like I
Like
know
you don't
you're an
have to
artist
have
already.
I mean everything, as you're saying, everything is a medium for expression and art.
Exactamente. Y yo veo que tu trabajo es arte, tu manera de expresarte, la manera que él habla, the way you speak, and the things you talk about has to do with art because art has to do with deep topics, with deep philosophy, and like we're just already doing
Yeah.
what art is about.
Yeah, so
The
since we were
technical thing
born,
is like
I guess.
something that complements it, and you decide, like you said, what's the media you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
I use
You use life as a medium.
different, and I sometimes consider it sounds conceited, but I am art. You are art. Like the way, like you said, you were noticing how my earrings are. It's an expression of art because you have information on your body and it speaks for you. Sometimes I want to do it on purpose. I have a shirt sometimes that says something on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to be sarcastic sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to be, and that's you're being art,
Humorous.
like a living art. So, el arte es relativo, una pregunta profunda, pero relativa porque se puede ir por tantas direcciones. O sea, el arte puede ser, no se limita. Y para mí, yo al principio tenía problemas con definirme como artista. I had a little, I guess, insecurities at the beginning. Like, also, who's an artist? Maybe coming from the, what you call it, la academia, lo académico, the academic, like, who should call themselves an artist? And then when I had Galeria Betances, also that was another statement and purpose with the galleries. Like, I don't, not that famous artists are not invited, but what I want is people that are not called famous or
They're not usually out there.
exactly,
Yeah,
because I want them to know, hey, yes, you can make art, and yes, you have space, and you're even people that are being influenced by other artists. You can always say it's original because we learn from things and then we express it differently. And when time goes by, you see your art, evolving,
evolving.
and you see, wow. So I will say I have a little Basquiat influence. I love his art,
Oh, basket.
and I say I
Yeah.
get influenced by him, and maybe I don't feel that I'm copying, but it's okay if you sometimes go and express a little bit of that because you're gonna create your own language, and this speaks for poetry or music. For music, it's the same way. I don't even know what genre I really belong to.
You don't belong to any
I
of
don't even
them.
belong to anything. I just go with the flow. I could do some bomba, and then I could do some
Yeah, we remember that
bohemia, and
we
like
change, we change, we change. We're
I feel
changing
so
right now,
eclectic.
so we're changing at every instant, moment, day, month. So whatever you consider as today, tomorrow we don't know. Maybe next month you didn't like country music, and then next month you like country music. Cause I don't know. Cause I don't know.
Exactly.
You know, we don't know about that. About how we or why we like certain stuff, you know. It's more about, I don't know, whatever you're learning at the moment or whatever you're into at the moment. It can change, so that's so cool about it.
I
Yeah.
encourage people to own it because, like, yeah, and who says the contrary? Why not? Why can't you call yourself an artist? Hey, own it right now because
Right now.
you're, you know, cohibiéndote, te estás
You're
cohibiendo. Um,
uh
Spanglish.
like the traduction,
You're
exacto.
keeping yourself
Cohibir,
from
cohibir.
expanding
Uh-huh.
because
Yeah, yeah.
because you feel like, oh, you should have these elements to really become, and like, no, you could do it right now. Y ahora todos sabemos que hay saltos cuánticos, que hay gente que empieza ayer y termina siendo tremendo artista mañana. Y eso está súper cool. ¿Por qué no? O sea, ya se está viendo que todo está bien acelerado y en el mundo del arte también. Pienso que call yourself an artist and own it. Coño.
Pero qué bueno, qué brutal que ya pueden coger el micrófono.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Que se sientan cómodas y cómodos con expresarse y que quieran seguir hablando, porque no todo, ¿verdad? Siempre pasa, siempre nos pasa, o empiezan tímidas o tímidos y después no paran de hablar y es como que, Valeria, ¿cuándo vamos a hacer otro podcast? Y eso me motiva un montón, me motiva a seguir haciéndolo. Y me motiva a seguir, de nada, y me motiva a seguir teniendo estas conversaciones porque veo que salen con mucha energía y yo salgo también con energía por eso. Y entonces, pues, ese es el purpose de esto. So, Justice, you were saying?
Man,
Man.
it's just, I'm thinking about the fact that we sitting right here on this mountain overlooking the ocean and these beautiful houses, having a beautiful conversation.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. Typically, like for me, like this is my fun. You know what I'm saying? Like in my OSC, I don't never have no fun outside of like my most fun is hustling. That's when I have fun. Like so when I'm out selling, I get to like study style and like what people like, how people put it on, like just that's my thing. I feel like that's everybody's thing, people watching.
That's awesome that you mentioned that, because that, I mean, that's what I can see. You travel your whole life with your art and with your artist mentality, and you see life as art, as everything is art, and so that
See.
I think that's the most important thing. Yeah.
And that's how I'm looking at this conversation. 'Cause I'm like, I'm inspired. It's just like, for me, I just so many things I'm thinking about at one time. But I'm gonna just use this word, alchemy, because it makes me think about the law of sexual transmutation, and that's being able to take the energy of just whatever it is that inspires you, whatever sparks you, and turn it into, if you have a medium as an artist, turn it into a piece. That's why I was asking y'all like when y'all decided to see yourself as an artist. Because for me, I've always felt like an artist, but I also felt like I never had a medium. You see what I'm saying? So it was like my whole thing when I was young to now, my whole thing was just like getting money, hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like the most important thing. Like that's what I loved the most. Like that's what I
Right.
respected and admired the
And
most.
did you back in those days, or maybe if it's happening now or it happened recently, did you felt any distant from art as you were at this stage of get always trying to get like the money and hustling and trying to get a living?
Nah, I didn't, but I just wasn't considerate of it. So I wasn't thinking, because I wasn't considering myself an artist, I was identifying myself as a hustler. My metric was just how it wasn't even about the money, but just the amount of activity it called. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
how many
yeah,
people watching this know this saying, but I think it's a universal saying. It's just about having motion. So it's like
That's powerful.
yeah, as long as I can remember, I've been having motion. So it felt like, okay, I'm going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And then my only form of expression was clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like just being able to represent myself like, yo, this is me. Nah, I learned this here. I never touched a drum in my life until I got to Puerto Rico. See, that's why I wanted to create the brand Afro Rico, because that's why I said earlier, like I feel like my culture has expanded. So it's two things I want to say. One is the Stono Rebellion. So there was a rebellion in I think it was like 1781 or 1871 in the States. And because of that, because the people was drumming and killing white folks, they made drums illegal in America for
What?
black people. Nobody black could touch a drum. They'll cut your hands off, hang you.
It was 1780.
Y'all gotta Google it. It's called the Stono Rebellion. I don't
Stoner?
remember. Stono. Stono.
Sorry, I didn't.
Not Stoner, Stono.
No había cachado lo que había dicho.
And I ain't no historian. I ain't even really studied the story, but like somebody told me about it. So this is I said two things, but now it's gonna be three. Because I'm a pantheist. So what I mean when I say I'm a pantheist is I believe in everything. I believe in the sun, moon, and stars, the divine feminine, divine masculine. I believe in Allah, Jah, Ra, Rastafari, Buddha. Like, I believe in all the legends, all the OGs, all the powerful women. Like, I believe everybody's story. Every story that was ever written, I believe it. Every story that hasn't been written, I believe it. I just don't put my faith in it. You know what I'm saying? I put my faith in myself, the Most High. So I say that to say, I don't really know exactly all the details of the Stoner Rebellion, but I know it happened, and I know that changed the culture in America because black people couldn't drum. But in the Caribbean, they could. They never banned drums in the Caribbean. So this coming here was like, it's like it's this concept in the motherland called Sankofa, where it's the bird reaching back, and it means like to return home. So like this is like a step coming here, touching the drum is another way I found. It's another way I identify myself as an artist.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, then I always could express myself, but I never identified as an artist because I didn't have an instrument, or I didn't have I didn't have a forum. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started the podcast with my homegirl, because it was like, okay, this is something I can create, but it still didn't make me feel like an artist. To me, it was just another. It was another form of expression. I just never viewed it as art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
So anyway, the other thing I wanted to say was Dapper Dan. So Dapper Dan, you ever heard of Dapper Dan? You heard of Dapper Dan?
Dapper Dan?
Dapper
Dan.
DAPPER
No, I've never heard of that. What is that?
Dan, DAN.
What's that?
Man, y'all got to Google Dapper Dan. So Dapper Dan is like, yeah. See.
Dapper Dan. Okay.
Exacto. That's how you say it.
What's that about?
Yeah. Gracias. Igual. So Dapper Dan, man, come on now. Dapper Dan is the one who he calls it logomania. So back in the 80s, Dapper Dan had a store in Harlem, and he took Louis Vuitton luggage, Gucci luggage, and turned it into jackets and tracksuits, and all the rappers and the kingpins and king queens, the hustlers, everybody that was getting money would go to Dapper Dan to make him a custom outfit. So that was his, like, what he calls it is he was able to I think he calls it translating culture into fashion. So that's what I'm striving to do with Afro Rico, like just putting glimpses of like snapshots, like understanding the value of photography. Photography is capturing the moment. That's why I love this, like hearing the crickets or whatever you call them, the grasshoppers, like making music in this conversation, understanding that this is
You're definitely an artist. You're definitely an artist, man.
No, this moment is like
you just made it more special, I guess. Exactly. So I was not acknowledging the crickets until now.
Okay. Me too. I'm like, wow, it's true. You're making. I'm self-aware now. I'm aware. It's like you're conscious about everything. It's interconnected. It's connected. We're all connected.
That's cool. Yeah.
Let's see what you said.
You got anything else to say about history?
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is, as an artist, is like being able to take, for me, the way my style of art. Because what I'm saying is I'm discovering my artist self. I never took a glimpse into my artist self. And you know, as you learn and grow and live, your ideas of self and self-identity constantly evolve. Mm-hmm. So like when you young, for me, I identify with like sports and athleticism. Not super, but like enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you might identify with surfing. You know what I'm saying? But then in 10 years, you might identify, even though that's still a part of yourself, you might identify this whole right now. Yeah. You know,
interchanging of the arts, interchanging of creativity. Because I've considered myself like I can like I don't know why I cannot do something and just something. It's just one thing. I've never learned that. I've always wanted to distribute or diversify my style and my forms of creating and expression, and that makes me want to keep being an artist. I don't want to. I don't know why. I just don't want to do just one form of expression, and it's kind of troubling in this nowadays, because you know nowadays you gotta dedicate to something and focus into something so you can make a living out of it, and that can be difficult when you're focusing at more than one thing. And so I don't know if I know that I'm not the only one. But yeah, it's a cool fact that I've always like had wandering in my mind, like taka 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 taka. Like when is it that I'm gonna find something, or that I'm like devoted to, I guess, because I'm very passionate. I am, you know, and I'm sure that you all are. And maybe some of you también que tengan este problema de no como que concentrarse en algo, no sé, concentrarse en algo y ya, en una sola cosa. Pero I guess que I don't know, maybe
Yo pienso, voy a explotar,
explota.
que no es un problema. Pienso que es un superpower. Instead
Nice.
of a problem, it's a superpower because you are multitasker, you can do so many dimensions. O sea, y pienso que la vida te va poniendo y tal vez como por ciclo, como que hay un tiempo, there's a time that you're gonna do certain things and then another, and then like cuando dijiste que el enfoque es uno de los retos de los artistas, porque precisamente porque nuestras mentes están creando tantas cosas. We're creating constantly. We're creating so many things. Also, you have life. Like, I have a son, and I am, you know, I'm a single parent, and it's hard to work, do art. I have one day a week to finish my paintings. That is very little time to produce. So sometimes when I'm cooking, an idea comes up and I gotta run and write that down. So I relate when you say, es que, ¿qué hago con todas estas ideas que tengo? Pero sabes que es un superpoder en vez de un problema. Porque es que está enriquecida. Tienes demasiado por dentro y eso lo que significa es que tú no vas a producir algo y ya, tú vas a producir algo multidimensional.
Multidimensional.
It's gonna be like a
Nice.
transformer. Y así. Así que es súper bueno esa
That's so
energía de sentirte, tal vez una cosa que necesitamos los artistas es enraizarnos, como que ese grounding que estábamos hablando ahorita, de esa vibra de enraizarse, porque así uno puede organizar los pensamientos. Es bueno to have that energy of air all over the place, that creative fire and energy, aire, todo eso. But it's good to also acknowledge, espérate, I have so much. Let me ground myself, let me take some break, and let's just channel it a little bit a ver qué sale. Creo que es parte de la responsabilidad que tenemos, porque si no, de verdad que wow, es overwhelming.
It is.
Y tú puedes canalizarlo y materializarlo. Y entonces ahí es que pasa. Yo creo que la magia, the alchemy is right there. When you ground and you channel all of the energy that you have all over the place about your creative flow, and like when you channel it and ground it, and then it becomes something. But even when it's floating, it's still there, tú sabes. Lo que tú quieres es que esté ahí, que no se vaya, porque el día que eso se vaya, morimos. Yo creo que siempre que lo tenga, para mí, es un poder. Es tu superpoder.
Es todo. Eso es todo. Eso es todo. O sea, eso es todo. Porque,
Exacto.
no sé, a veces uno se enreda en la idea de que nos han contado o que aprendemos y tenemos que desaprender. Y esas palabras que acabas de decir me desenredaron.
Ay,
Siento
qué
que
bien,
fue
qué bien.
como like something that was bothering a lot, and then you just made it so light and easier.
Thank you.
So I really appreciate and thank you for that.
I've been there too, and I've been with other artists. I know like the frustration and the ideas, and to actually materialize something. Yo puedo entenderle eso, y también como soy educadora, puedo ver a mis estudiantes querer hacer algo y sentirse, no sé cómo hacerlo. Entonces, pues, vamos a respirar. Y vamos a ser bien sencillos, vamos a ser bien honestos con nuestra expresión, bien tranquilos. Y si no es el momento, porque volviendo a la realidad de la vida, tengo un hijo, qué sé yo, tengo que hacerle comida o está llorando por algo y es momento de abrazarlo, pues hay que poner eso en remojo. Y entonces, pues la idea, cuando vuelve a tu mente, volvió transformada.
Oh.
Así que todas las experiencias están interconectadas Y al final lo que salió es porque tenía que pasar así. O sea, que la obra final, estoy hablando en términos generales, bien genérico, pero se aplica a todo. O sea, a la música, al arte, a...
También eso aplica mucho a parar de controlar tanto el outcome de las
Exacto.
cosas y así igual el outcome de lo que creas y el arte que hace, que expresa. Porque pues cuando el tiempo amerita otra cosa, como acabas de decir, porque pues prioridad, ¿me entiendes? No, o sea, no vas a ignorar a tu hijo, no. O sea, ¿me entiendes? So, cuando dijiste eso de que cuando vuelve transformado,
O a
then
veces el tiempo.
it is worth it. O sea, it
Exacto.
is worth everything that's happening. It is worth uh, eso que entre comillas te interrumpió, pero en realidad no. It's helping you how to be better, how to maybe create better. Y yeah, that's a cool fact though. That's a cool
Y también
fact.
a veces es momento de integrar cosas. Por ejemplo, con el tema del nene, que es mi situación, no situación, sino es mi realidad, ¿verdad? Pues a veces es momento de que él se integra a mi pieza y no pasa nada.
Sí, sí,
Si
sí.
él quiso
Like,
hacer
get
algo, le di
funky with it,
permiso.
yeah.
Ajá, le di permiso. O, por ejemplo, si voy a un espacio, el otro día estuve en un espacio de aquí, y lo voy a mencionar para que sepan que existe, que
El
se
shout
llama
out.
Cucuba Nación, en Mayagüez, en la calle San Vicente, donde estaba la galería. Pues ahí está Jasmine Hernández con su proyecto, que es un proyecto también cultural de arte, donde ella tiene su obra allí, pero en ese espacio es un espacio de conversaciones filosóficas profundas, se hablan de cosas bien interesantes allí. Y el otro día estuve tomando unos talleres y mi hijo estaba, entonces pues nos tocaba meditar y después de ahí crear una pieza.
Nice.
Y yo decía, pues el nene estaba manifestándose. Y dije, yo no lo voy a sacar. Pues únete, ¿sabes? Pues
Let it.
su
Let it be.
vibra por
Just let it be.
ahí. Y yo lo veo como, mira, no me tengo que separar de esto, pero sí hay momentos que no puedo producir igual. Eso yo digo, mira, sabes que no voy a luchar, esto es parte de, y como te digo, al final el producto es otro,
Nice.
¿sabes?
Y es otro y es igual de bueno. O sea, no le quita nada, ¿me entiendes? Yo creo que es momento de enseñar las camisas, ¿verdad? Mira, Justice brought some shirts. Están súper lindas. Mira eso. Primera. Oh.
Una regalo
Ah.
para ella.
Ah. Un regalo para mí.
Esta
That's
para
so
ella.
cute.
Pero, this is what I want to show you.
Rico, baby.
Yeah. Y la mía, mira, bien brujística, con mi sage
Está
on
súper
fire.
linda. Ay, el sage, no lo había
Alineado,
visto.
full.
Wow.
Gracias.
Las camisas están súper
I
lindas.
love it.
Medallero. Oh, shit.
Oh,
No, esta está a otros niveles. Esto está bello. A rayo.
I love it.
Nice.
Hey, look, if you need a Medallero t-shirt,
Yeah.
DM me
Hit
on
'em up.
IG,
Hit 'em
Afro
up.
Rico.
Yeah.
And then I want to show y'all one more piece that I just made today. You know, as a creative artist, it feel like you always me personally, I'm always most excited about my latest creation. So like I got this, I'm gonna call it a line. I call everything lines, even though I'm not very good at categorizing them, cataloging them. I'm gonna get better because I got this one line called El Campo, and it's just like, it's going viral in the streets right now. It's like ganepas on a shirt, the ganeo, like the big stalk. See, and it's like, anyway, I want to show you this piece. I don't know how much I love the piece, but I feel like the line when it comes together.
Ooh,
Qué bello. Belleza, belleza.
That's
I love that.
amazing.
Mujeres.
All I know, mujeres.
Me identifico ahí. Yo siento
Most
que.
important part is Taylor.
Ajá. And I love the
Beautiful.
earrings.
That's
I would
awesome.
definitely do that on my
Awesome,
hair. I would definitely.
What you
wear
do
those
is great. What
earrings.
you do is great.
I love it. Gracias, gracias.
Esto está bello.
Y gracias por esta conversación, de verdad que estuvo bien
I
buena.
wish that we could stay longer. I really wish que pudiéramos seguir hablando y hablando. Que por cierto, se me vinieron más cosas a la mente, pero vamos a
Para
dejarlo para
otra
otro,
entrevista,
sí, otro
otra
momento,
conversación.
otra dinámica y
Ajá.
expandirla, extenderla. Pues, porque ya hoy tocamos
Gracias,
tocamos
corillo.
ground. Gracias a todo el mundo que está viendo esto. Y gracias.
Gracias a ti. Justin, Afro Rico on IG, Facebook. Tap in.
Todo, it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be in the caption, the link, yeah, everything. Y Colibrí.
Alexandra Muñiz, pero colibrí.montuno, Colibrí Montuno me va a conseguir y me vas a ver bailando, pintando, haciendo de todo en Instagram. Sígueme.
Y pues nada, yo soy Valeria, once again. Y si están viendo esto por primera vez, pues este es el podcast. Y nos vemos. Verdad, hoy no está Francis, pero pues nada, pues Francis. See you later, man. Oh, see you later. Yeah, next time. So